Edinea Mascarenhas is a Brazilian scholar whose research focuses on urban history, social development, and inequality. Throughout her career, she has delved into the complexities of social stratification and the impact of urban planning on marginalized communities. Her work draws on the theories of Edward Thompson, who criticized structuralist Marxism, and Max Weber, known for his analysis of social stratification. In her essay The Illusion of Fausto, Manaus 1890–1920, published in 1999, Mascarenhas provides a critical examination of the transformation of Manaus during the rubber boom era, highlighting the social contradictions of urban development driven by the demands of international capital. The book is divided into two main parts, the city of Fausto and the fallacy of Fausto. In the first section, Mascarenhas explores how the city of Manaus was redesigned in the late 19th and early 20th centuries to project an image of opulence and modernity. Inspired by the urban planning of Paris under Baron Haussmann, Manaus was filled with lavish squares, monuments, and ornate buildings, aiming to impress both local elites and foreign investors. However, this Faustian illusion masked a reality of deep social exclusion. Beneath the grand facades, there was a systematic effort to marginalize the poor, prostitutes, the illiterate, and the unemployed, pushing them to the peripheries of the city. The second section, The Fallacy of Fausto, delves into the contradictions of this urban project. Mascarenhas argues that while Manaus was promoted as the Paris of the tropics, the city was deeply divided along social and economic lines. Public policies during this period favored the economic interests of foreign capital and the local elite, while the majority of the local population faced harsh living conditions. The segregation was not merely physical but also social, reflecting a model of development that prioritized international investors at the expense of the well-being of its own citizens. By examining this period, the author highlights how urban transformations were used as tools for social control and exclusion, a critique that echoes Thompson's views on class struggle and Weber's insights on social stratification. Through meticulous research, Mascarenhas draws a parallel between the development of Manaus and the concept of Faust, a grand illusion of wealth and progress that, like Goethe's Faust, involved a pact with the devil, here represented by the submission to international capital. The author suggests that the modernization of the city was, in reality, a facade that concealed exploitation and inequality. This period of apparent prosperity ended abruptly with the decline of the rubber boom, leaving Manaus in a state of economic decay. The Illusion of Fausto is an essential work for understanding how urban policies can reflect elitist interests and perpetuate social inequality. Mascarenhas' detailed analysis goes beyond the history of Manaus, offering insights into how cities are shaped by political and economic interests in peripheral societies. Her study is a valuable contribution to social sciences, particularly in the fields of urban history and inequality studies. To conclude, these are the 5 main characteristics of the book The Illusion of Fausto by Edinea Mascarenhas. Critical analysis of urbanization, the book investigates how the development of Manaus during the rubber boom was driven by international capital, focusing on creating a modern city that, in practice, benefited only the local and foreign elites. Contradiction between modernity and exclusion, Mascarenhas highlights how the beautification of the city, inspired by Paris, served to hide a reality of poverty and social exclusion. The poor and marginalized were systematically pushed out of the public spaces designed for the elite. Influence of classical theorists, the author draws on the theories of Edward Thompson and Max Weber to underpin her analysis. Thompson's critique of structuralist Marxism and Weber's concept of social stratification are key to understanding the power dynamics and inequality in Manaus. Historical and documentary research, The Illusion of Fausto is based on detailed research, including historical documents, photographs, and records from the period. This allows Mascarenhas to reconstruct the city's transformation and reveal the public policies that supported this unequal development. Reflection on the Faustian Pact, the central concept of the work is the Faustian illusion, comparing the development of Manaus to Faust's story of trading his soul for wealth and power. According to Mascarenhas, the city's modernization sacrificed social well-being in favor of profit and appearance. This was our summary of the book The Illusion of Fausto by Edinea Mascarenhas. We hope it helped you.